Ronnie's been here winning the show for the past, how many years, Ronnie?
6.
6 years. But this is my town, my home.
Hey Most Amazing Top 10 family, I'm your host Chad Rain and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. How do you feel about bodybuilding? Well, I think it's an amazing sport and it's a great way to learn about how your body works and put in some genuine effort into being a healthier person. But like anything in life, whether it's being healthy or unhealthy, some people out there have gotten super obsessed and will take it so out of control. They just take it way too far. This list is packed full of information that has been scoured from the internet to tell you guys about the 10 scary times bodybuilders took things too far. If any of you at home are looking for some more Most Amazing Top 10 content, then you should check us out on Instagram and Facebook because we are doing tons of stuff over there. Also, we are going to be doing some pet shoutouts at the end of the video, so make sure you guys stick around for the whole video. If any of you at home want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. I pick new pets every day, so if you don't get picked one day, just message back another day. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. Starting off at number 10 is Trevor Smith. This man made other huge bodybuilders look like they were super small with his 400-pound frame. He never competed professionally, but he was a writer and a coach and was known as a big influence in the bodybuilding world. But another thing he was known for was being a heavy steroid user. Sadly, he died in 2004 from a heart attack when he was in his early 30s due to his steroid use. During one of his last interviews, he gave an example of his excessive diet, claiming to have eaten more than 50 pieces of sushi in a single sitting and chasing it down with 2 gallons of Gatorade. His diet mixed with steroids caused him to balloon up to 420 pounds. Sliding in at the number 9 spot, we have Dave Palumbo. There's a term in bodybuilding named after him. In most cases, this might be an exciting thing, but it's the opposite. Palumboism is the name for a condition found in individuals who develop a large stomach from abusing human growth hormone and insulin. The condition was named after Palumbo, who was given the nickname Jumbo. He was the founder of the bodybuilding magazine RX Muscle and the supplement line called Species Nutrition. He competed for a decade and a half, weighing between 200 and 280 pounds, but had to retire because his steroid abuse caused his body to take on a deformed shape. His arms started to deflate and his stomach started to swell. Up next at number 8, we have Mike MATARAZZO. He was a Boston bodybuilder for many years, but retired from the sport and became an advocate to try and share the dangers of abusing steroids. His excess use of steroids caused him to get clogged arteries, and he had to have an open heart surgery in order to fix them. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to save him, and he passed away in 2014. He was 48 years old. Just 5 years before that, he was doing an interview with MuscleProds.com and he said, I quote, "Steroid use has affected my whole life. Worry about keeping that body of yours healthy as possible because it's going to have to last you not until your next contest or until the end of your bodybuilding contract, but for a long time." Sliding into the number 7 spot is ANDREAS MUNZER. The Austrian bodybuilder is known for having close to 0% body fat, which is insane for his 239-pound frame during competition season. He was so obsessed with being lean that it led to his death at just 31 years old after his liver and kidney failed. His autopsy revealed that he had almost no body fat on him at the time of his death, and he had an enlarged heart which was twice its normal size. They also found tumors in his liver which were the size of golf balls, all of which was caused by the 20 different drugs that were found in his system. Other competitors spoke about him and said he was extremely dedicated to his profession, and even during the off season he deprived himself of fats and calories, which ultimately caused him to suffer. Rolling in our number 6 spot, we have NICOLE Bass. Wrestling fans remember her as one of the best of all time in the WWF and ECW, but before that she competed as a bodybuilder in the 80s and 90s, and she was good at it, taking home top prize at 2 NPC events. She was 6'2" and weighed 240 pounds, which is bigger than some of the males on our list. Her years of abusing steroids led to her having heavy masculine features, and it was easy for people to compare her to male competitors, but in 2006 she was admitted to the hospital for what they called a steroid-induced pancreatitis, and suffered from a major stroke at 52 years old. Not long after that, she was pronounced brain dead and she was taken off life support. Officials ruled her death came from a stroke, but it was likely caused from all the years she used steroids. One can only imagine the type of damage that will do to your body. At number 5, we're halfway through our list. We have GREGG KOVACS. During his competition season, he weighed around 330 pounds, and in the off season he was 420. The Canadian bodybuilder was known for being one of the biggest competitors in the history of the sport. sport. RX Muscle magazine once called him the strongest pro bodybuilder of all time. He was capable of benching 700 pounds for 2 reps and leg pressing over 2,000 pounds, but his superhuman size would be his downfall. At age 44, he passed away from heart failure. Reports showed that he'd been suffering from water retention issues and went through heart surgery not long before his death. Overall, his size was uncomfortably large, and he too suffered from having a distended gut. At number 4 is NASSER SONBATY, also known as the 1999 Arnold Classic winner. In the sport, he was nicknamed the Professor because he wore a signature pair of thick glasses and had a degree from the University of Uxbridge in history, political science, and sociology. Magazines claim that he was one of the most popular bodybuilders of his era. When he wasn't competing, he weighed anywhere between 310 and 330 pounds, which is more than 150 pounds over the recommended weight for a man of his height. Although he was very successful in his career, the sport ended his life. In 2013, he was just 47 years old, and he passed away in his sleep while he was on a trip to Cairo. Before his trip, he had been hospitalized for having issues with his breathing. They diagnosed him with having kidney damage and potential heart failure. Taking over the 3rd spot on our list is Romario dos Santos Alves. He went to extreme lengths to attempt to look like his favorite cartoon superhero, the Incredible Hulk. The Brazilian bodybuilder wasn't happy with just lifting weights, so he gained the nickname Synthol Man after he started injecting oil into his biceps to give them a swollen appearance. He said his diet consisted of oil injections, painkillers, and alcohol, which is incredibly unhealthy for obvious reasons. He became so addicted to injecting himself with this synthetic filler that he almost lost his arms. In 2015, he said that doctors told him they would need to amputate both of his arms because everything in them, including the muscle, were raw. Luckily, doctors were able to remove the Synthol rocks to save his life and his arms. We made it to the number 2 spot, and we have Daniele SECCARECCI. He's an Italian bodybuilder who held the Guinness Book of World Records for the heaviest competitive bodybuilder in 2010. But like many other extreme bodybuilders, his size was too much for his heart to handle, and he died at the age of 33. During competition season, he weighed around 300 pounds, which was a combination of intense workout schedule, 6 to 7 separate meals a day, and a cocktail of different dietary supplements. Just a few years before he died, he was charged with illegal steroid marketing and was sentenced to prison. But after a few days, he began to suffer from some side effects from his steroid abuse, like water retention, and was granted to serve the rest of his sentence in home confinement. Winning the number 1 spot on our list, we have GREGG Valentino. He was the subject of the documentary The Man Whose Arms Exploded, and it was pretty much how it goes. For years, he abused steroids and synthol injections, which caused his arms to balloon to brutal proportions and eventually popped. No one understood why he wanted to look that way, but he himself said that he suffered from small man syndrome. T-Nation once called him the most hated man in bodybuilding and an embarrassment to the sport. He explained to them that with his height only being 5'5", he always desired to have a bigger look, so he did whatever he had to do to get there. Alright everyone, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and now it's time for us to do some pet shoutouts. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. I pick new pets every day, so if you don't get picked one day, you can message back another day. If it takes me a little while to get back to you, I am very sorry. I have so many of these to do, and without taking any longer, let's shout out some pets. First off, we have Smokey, who's a little kitten. Really, look how cute this cat is. Oh my god, it's killing me. Then we have Romeo, who might have the best hairdo of all time. Look at this dude. Then we have Toby, who got sent in from Ohio. Look at this little dude. I am a big fan of him. After that, we have Oreo, who is having such a good nap. I think I'm jealous of his nap. Like, I want to nap that hard. We also have another Romeo who has a huge smile and is just excited for life. And to close it out, we have one more Toby, who is getting ready for bed and is wondering why it's taking you so long. The dog is looking at all of us like, what is taking you so long? Please get ready and get into bed so we can lay down and watch some Netflix until we finish all the flicks. Alright everyone, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I would love if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been Chaderana. I just want to get like a little bigger. Not like 2'9", I won't be that, but just a little bigger. Okay, bye. Hey, most amazing. Whoa, this is super fast.
What was it at?
25. Mikey! Dude, 2,000 pound leg press? That's fucking rad. For having issues with his breathing. Then they died. He went to extreme lengths. He went to boom. Yeah, that is fucking gross, dude. Also, you're not even leg pressing 2,000 pounds. What's it even for?